Hi everyone. So super happy to be here in front of you tonight. And the first thing that I would like you to do is actually to ask yourself, what would you like to take out of this conference? We're going to talk about organization. We're going to talk about improving yourself. We're going to talk about improving your personal, your professional, or your social life. What would you like as a person to take out of this conference? What is your personal struggle? What is your personal challenge? So I really want you to think about that, to print it, because then when we'll talk about the questions and when we'll talk together after the conference, I will ask you if you actually got this value out of this conference, and we'll talk about around that, okay? So we'll talk a lot about you, as you understood. But first, let me introduce you to Johnny. Johnny is an individual that lived at 3 different time frames. First, he lived in 200,000 years ago. It's called Johnny Cro-Magnon. Then he lived 200 years ago, Johnny Industrial, and is also living at our time. This is the modern Johnny. What is the common point between the 3 individuals? Do you know what is the common point between the 3 persons that live at 3 really different time frames? The beer, yeah, the beer, true. Yeah, the name also. I was waiting for this one. Then now, the real answers. What is the common point between the 3 individuals? They want to achieve something. Why not? Well, the truth is that the common point between the 3 individuals is that they have the same brain structure. They have the same structure, and most importantly, they have the same prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex, having such a big prefrontal cortex, is what makes us a human. Because in the prefrontal cortex, we will doubt, we will choose, we will idealize, we will dream. We'll do whatever makes us human. But this thing comes with a cost. It comes with the cost of energy draining. The prefrontal cortex is the part of your body that takes you the most energy. So each time that you choose, each time that you doubt, each time that you're analyzing, thinking, it takes lots of energy for your brain to your body. And for the whole conference, we will modelize the energy that is taken by the prefrontal cortex like that, okay? And we'll have different categories that I will explain during this conference. But first, let's analyze Johnny Cro-Magnon. Johnny Cro-Magnon, during his day, he has a pretty chill day. So he wakes up, and then first he needs to choose. He needs to choose between going for berries or going for hunting. Then he needs to choose if this mushroom is actually eatable or if it's poison. Then he needs to pick some wood for the tribe, and then he comes to his tribe and chill for the day. It was pretty chill. But there is one thing that can take him way more energy in a really, really short time, is if it puts himself in stress mode. What could put himself in stress mode? If he gets attacked or if he wants to defend himself. So if he wants to attack a prey, he will put himself in stress mode. All the resources will go to his body to be able to be sure that he catches or fights the prey. But after the threat is gone, after this thing is gone, well, he will go to sleep and he will come back with a full generated energy when he will wake up. Then we have Industrial Johnny. Industrial Johnny has a bit more choices to do during the day. So he wakes up, he needs to know if he wants to shave or not, if he wants to take a breakfast, or what does he want to take for breakfast. Then he goes to work. When he goes to work, do you all see well? Yeah, okay. When he goes to work, he does the same gesture all day, okay? So no brain work at this time. And afterwards, what does he do? As any man, he goes take a beer to the cafe with his friend. And he talks about this war that just started in Greece. Then he comes back home, and his wife is actually pissed because he comes back a bit drunk, and he doesn't like when his wife tells him what to do. And it creates a stress, this stress here. But we can see that actually, there's a new category here. This category is a stress that won't be out after he rests. This category is what we call chronic stress. So I told you that a stress is something that puts your body in full resource because there is a threat and it wants to beat or fly away from the threat. And chronic stress is a stress that is actually defined by a threat also, but this threat is not defined in time or not defined in space. So it means that you cannot fight or you cannot flight from this threat. And the only way for Johnny to actually be able to take back this mental space is actually to be able to process this information and then to be able to go to sleep. Then we will analyze modern journey. So the journey of your day, the journey of our time. This journey, what does it do? Well, he wakes up and he checks Instagram. Whoa, war in Gaza, war in Ukraine, Trump just got to power. It's a lot of information. Then he receives a message from his mom. You need to think about paying for the insurance before it goes more expensive. Then what does he do? Well, he organizes the weekend, the bowling go out with Carl. And then he needs to go jump on a call directly. Well, I won't go through the whole day of Johnny because it's actually the day that you're living every day. Exactly like Johnny, you will have more than 30,000 choices to do today. Only to know what food you're gonna eat, with who you're gonna eat, and where you're gonna eat, you will do 200 choices only today. You will have thousands of stimulus, apps, notification, posts that will try to catch your attention by playing with your dopamine system. And then, of course, you will have all the stress that are created because of what? Because of the fact that you're linked to the entire world. So many threats that are not defined either in time or in space that will appear. And then, oh, we have a new category again. What is this category? What does it have to do here and why wasn't it before? Just because it's long-term choices. Industrial Johnny had to make his choice, choose his wife, choose his career, but he had to do this choice once. You? Of course not. You can doubt about this choice every day. You are free. You're responsible for everything. You can choose whatever you want. But it comes with a cost. That if it fucks up, it's your fault, first. And second, you will doubt. So when you doubt, you use your prefrontal cortex. And when you use the prefrontal cortex, you use energy. And at the end of the day, you end up the day with dealing with only urgencies and external things, okay? And all the things that you wanted to do for yourself, well, they're out of the maximum energy, so you won't do them. And at this moment, you can tell yourself, okay, well, that's okay, I'm tired, I'm just gonna rest. But how do you rest? You put yourself in the couch, and then you scroll for more information, for more stimulus. And your brain never can process all this chronic stress, never can really take a decision about all these long-term responsibilities, while these long-term responsibilities will actually shape your life. Okay, so why am I saying all of that? Only to tell you that if you struggle to do everything in your day, if you feel that you're rushing to the right, rushing to the left, if you feel that you're only answering to external demands without really taking care about yourself, well, sorry, but that's normal. And that's not only your problem, that's a societal problem. We're not talking about something that will disappear, okay? That's the big thing. So tonight, we're gonna talk about organization. Organization before, at the time of industrial journey, maybe it wasn't nice to have. It was for entrepreneurs and stuff. Nowadays, it's just a must-have if you don't want to live with a full friction every day and a full, just frustration about not being able to do everything that you want. And the question that we'll ask ourselves is how? How can we construct something solid professionally without forgetting about ourselves or without forgetting about our relationships? How can we stop rushing through urgent tasks and stop procrastinating on important ones? That will be the question that we'll go through during the whole day. But you can also ask yourself another question. Who the fuck is this guy? Well, nice to meet you. I'm Lucas, and I'm a long-term performance coach. What does it mean? It means that I'm helping founders and high-league athletes to construct in the domain of expertise while stabilizing this domain with a strong base, like that. Okay? And I'm helping them going through that thanks to a model that I will tell you how I constructed. So I come from an engineer background. I'm a data scientist at the base, and I was also playing high-level sport in rugby. I was playing in the French championship in rugby. And after my engineer degree, I just decided to go study coaching, psychology, psychoanalysis, and well, transactional analysis, many diplomas around coaching. And at this moment, I had the chance to meet someone that is really important for me, and that will be really important for you tonight for this talk, because he is actually the person that helped me to construct the model that you will discover tonight. And this guy is Abigail Blanco. Abigail Blanco is a researcher in neuropsychology in the National Center of Research in France. And we clicked directly together and we decided to construct a model that would help people to feel complete while having a strong domain of expertise. Because if you are like me, you just want an intense life. You just want something fun. You just want to construct stuff that have maybe never been constructed before. But you also want maybe a family life. You also maybe want a really good social life, and you maybe also want a good body in shape and feeling really good about yourself. So you want it all. And to want it all, you will have to have a system. And this is the system that we constructed. And since then, to be honest, I've been having a blast. I've been working with 8 to 9 figures entrepreneurs, with leaders in their market, as David Broman, that is the leader in real estate in France. I've been working with high league champions like Alice Modolo, which is apnea worker woman, Pierre Voltier, which is double Olympic champions, or again, Katrina Pachet, which is a professional dancer. And with all those people, but also with the 400 clients that I had in group programs since the last 5 years, I've been always, of course, working on their personal issues, but always anchor anything with the system that I will present you. So tonight, what are you going to take away from this talk? You're going to take away, first, the 2 mistakes that 90% of people, but of you here, do every day when you're organizing yourself. Those 2 mistakes that are literally destroying all your efforts. And then I will present you the full method to make 2025 your most productive, confident, and exciting year yet. To introduce that, I will give you my full protocol to actually build your own personalized organization system. Okay? So, you ready for that? Okay, you ready for that? Okay, some just woke up. Okay, so by raising hand, who already tried to actually build an organization system, but this system didn't last more than 3 months? Okay, we got 50%. We have some professionals here, I see. Huh? Only 50% of you raise your hands. Well, if you don't make something last, it's just because there is a reason. It's exactly the same as if I was building a wall, but I didn't put foundations. Of course, the wall will be balanced and that will be okay. But then at the first storm, the wall will go on the ground. And that's exactly usually what happens to organization system. It's that we build it, we feel super good about it. First week, it's going great. Second week, it's going great. Third week, oh la la, I'm starting procrastinating something. Fourth week, I even forgot about my goals. I don't even know what they were. And that's exactly because of those 2 mistakes. And you're going to discover them to be conscious about them and stop just falling into it without seeing them. But first, I want you to imagine. I want you to imagine this person that would be always with you. Imagine a person that has the same work as you, lives in the same apartment as you, has the same social group as you. Imagine this person acting a bit weird, being always distracted when he's only on one-to-one with you, meaning that when you're just the 2 of you, he's just scrolling here and not looking at you. When you ask him a question, it starts an answer and then gets distracted again and don't give you the full answer. Imagine this person that would always be with you and give you orders. Each time that you want something, he would tell you, go search that, go take that, do that. And he won't explain you how to do it. No. He would just expect for the result. He would even make you promises. So, I promise you, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to do that for you. And then the next day, I'm not here. Would you trust this person? Guys, by raising hand, who would feel really not confident about this person that I'm describing right now? Raise your hand if you would not feel not confident. Okay, so 100% of you. Now, Replace this person by your own self-talk. Because in the end, it's true. Every moment that you have with yourself, you're on your phone. Any moment that you need to wait, you're on your phone. Each time that you want something, you give yourself orders. Then, if you fail at doing that, you're just not the good person, you're not capable enough. And then, when you give yourself orders, you should lose weight. How? You don't explain yourself how to do it. You just expect for the result. And you're also making yourself lots of promises, but you never keep up. So, the question is, how can you be confident about yourself if you don't even keep up and if you don't have a real relationship with yourself? How can you think that? And a good way to actually realize that is to ask yourself this question. If you treated others the way that you're treating yourself, would they even like you? If you were talking to others the way that you're talking to yourself, would they even respond to you? That's a good question to answer in your mind, and then you will know. Because in the end, the depth of a relationship will define exactly the amount of effort that we can put for someone. There are people that I really know. Those people, when they talk, I listen. When they have problems, I'm here for them. When they have a question, I give an answer. When they need clarification, I'm here to ask questions. When they feel in low self-esteem, I will cheer them up. When they actually feel cocky, I will put them down. I will be super sincere with them. And then there are the people that I know, like David from the coffee machine at work, you know? This person that, you see every day, you have lots of time with him because you're working in the same space as him. But at the same time, what's happened? I really don't know him, and I don't want to involve any of my resources for him. I don't want to waste too much energy. I don't want to waste too much time. I don't want to be too much with him. And each time that we make promises to each other, you can be sure that, let's see each other more often. See ya. That's exactly how we behave with ourselves. And Kristen Neff said it super beautifully in her book, The Proven Power of Being Kind to Yourself. The relationship we have with ourselves shapes our daily behaviors and feelings. I repeat that. The relationship that you have with yourself will shape all your behaviors and your feelings. Okay? And that's the first mistake, is that you don't really know yourself. Yes, you know yourself as David of the coffee machine. You know yourself in surface. But you don't have a full plan of who you are. And because of that, of course, what can happen when you build an organization system is that you don't build this organization system for yourself. You build your organization system for the person that you would like to be. But it's not the same. And then the organization system is already fucked up. So I did put a list of phrases which are actually the symptoms of a person that doesn't really know herself. Okay? So I will read each phrases, and if you check more than 5 phrases, 5 is a lot, huh? If you check more than 5, it means that you have a real leverage by knowing and deepening in your relationship with yourself. So, first phrase, I've got a harsh self-talk. I am distracted during my personal time. I am feeling bad about my weaknesses. I feel sometimes superior to others. I struggle to say no without tensions. I'm having trouble setting boundaries. I procrastinate on what I want for myself. I'm afraid of failure. I feel like I'm not living up to my full potential. I'm falling repeatedly into the same trap. I'm harsh in comparison and in jealousy towards others. I doubt about what is meant for me or not. And I'm giving my whole energy to my social, to my work, but nothing to myself. Who in you have checked more than 5 of those phrases? You can be sincere, no worries, huh? Okay, we have 70%. Now, we're gonna go for the second mistake. The second mistake, which is also really important, that will just throw away your whole organization if you do it. Raise your hand if you agree on this phrase. I have a smartphone. Okay. I'm using my smartphone every day for my personal, social, and professional life. Okay. My iPhone has a full memory with screenshot of of administration things, screenshots of email, weird pictures. My memory is full of stuff that are not even important. If you don't feel like it, you don't need to raise your hand. Okay, the last phrase is, I admit that I'm using my smartphone every day. It's central in my life, but in the end, I don't know how to optimize it. And if it starts lagging, I don't know what to do. And I'm just waiting for it to just go to the repair or to break so I can change it. Okay, way less people. Lots of people are technical here. Well, in any cases, you're treating your brain exactly the way that you're treating your smartphone. Because it's true, you all have a brain. You all use your brain every day in your personal, professional, and social life. You're having lots of things in your brain that are taking your memory, that are not even important. And in the end, even if it's central in your life, you don't really know how to use it. And if it starts to lag, if it starts to go slower, well, you don't know what to do. And in the end, that's the problem of our society. Our society literally considers brain as something mystical or too complicated to be understood. It's self-esteem, self-confidence, habits. It's something that should fall from the sky when we are ready. That's all. We should understand once that we will never use again our smartphone in the bed. It should fall from the sky. But I've got a good news. Actually, it's been hundreds of years that psychologists, neuroscientists, and also philosophers are studying the human mind. And they're studying the human mind, and they found rules. And those rules are actually super important. And you and me have a common point. We have a common point, is that we have the same hardware. We maybe don't have the same personality. We maybe don't have the same fears. We maybe don't want the same things in life, but we have the same thing in our head. We have the same hardware. So if you're struggling to build habit, if you're struggling to build something in your life, if you're struggling to evolve in your social or personal life, it just means that you're trying to push a cycle into a square, literally, that you're just playing out of the rules. My grandfather loved to say this phrase. How can you expect to win a game when you don't even know the rules? If you win, it's by chance, and you can't repeat it. Meanwhile, there is 1,000 ways to lose before you truly figure it out. Knowing the rules of your brain. It won't make you win at each game, but what it will help you is that if you win or lose, you will understand consciously why you won or why you lost. That's the most important, and that's the second mistake. Because if you don't know your brain, if you don't know how your brain works, well, you will build an organization system that is not meant to work, literally, for any human. Not for you, but not for the person on your right either. So, I've been, again, listing some symptoms by phrases. I will say the sentences, and if you check more than 5 of them, it means that you have a big leverage by understanding how your brain works and how you could actually adapt your organization system to how your brain works. First phrase is, I'm usually feeling overwhelmed. I am running after the urgent and forgetting the important. I am spending too much time and energy on one task. I am neglecting what brings me joy and love. I'm setting goals that I never reach. I don't have a clear direction in my life. I feel a significant gap between who I am and who I want to be. I have a lack of energy and motivation. I feel a FOMO about the life that I'm not living. I create action plans that I never follow. I feel like I don't have time, that I need to run everywhere. I view personal time anxiety as a minor issue, as if it was nothing. I am unable to install new habits, and I believe that a supercharged day was actually an effective day. Okay, so by raising hand, who in you are doing this second mistake about not adapting your organization system to the rules of your brain? Okay, way more people than before. Or you're more sincere, or you're less shy, I don't Okay, the thing with these two mistakes is that you can live with it. And that's the problem. That you can go with the flow of life, being on the boat that you don't control and going with the flow of the ocean and taking every hit of waves in the head. And that's possible. You can definitely go from 0 to 80 years old without any problem with that. But the thing is that those two mistakes will create a lot of tension, a lot of friction in your life, will make it not really desirable. And those friction will create doubts. And those doubts, what are they going to do? Sorry?
Take energy.
Exactly. They're going to make your prefrontal cortex work and work and work and being overwhelmed. And then you won't be able to do exactly what you wanted to do for yourself. That's exactly that. And I just put a square around each thing that could have been avoided if you had a good organization system and if you avoided those two mistakes. But in any cases, let's go for the real juicy part. How to build your own personalized organization system. How to make 2025 your most productive, confident, and exciting year yet. So I will present you the system that I've been implementing with a double Olympic champion, but also with my mom. I will present you the system that takes less than 30 minutes to update every week. I will present you the system that once you have, you will never overstack tasks, you will never overstack emotions. And it's the system that, to be really honest, makes the most sense ever. And it makes so much sense that I will try to make you guess what is the first part of this system. What would you put at the roots of your evolution? If you wanted to improve one part of your life, with what would you start? Priority, go. Sleep. Self-care. I like self-care. It's really close to self-care. No. Well, it's really simple, guys. If you want to improve your life, start with you. If you don't know who you are, it means that you are in a boat that you don't control, literally. If you don't start with you, you won't be able to evolve, or you won't evolve from the good base. You will construct an organization system for the person that you're not for the person that you are, okay? You are center in all part of your life. Everything, the common point between everything that happens in your life is you. If you feel rushed at work, of course it will have an impact on your personal routines. If you have conflict in your relationship, of course it will have an impact on your creativity at work. You are the center point of each thing that happens in your life. Gustav Jung said, self-observation and exploration from your bright side to your shadow is the foundation of everything. Without it, it's impossible to find purpose, develop authentic relationship, trust your instinct, or fully commit to something. Start with you. Because if you can't know yourself, if you don't know your strengths, if you don't know how to drive yourself, you won't be able to fully express yourself in any part of your life. That's exactly as if you wanted to go for a big trip. Let's say we go for a ton of the world with a boat. Personally, the first question would be, bro, tell me how to sail it. Because if I don't know how to sail it, I know I will be in fucking pain the whole travel. And I really want to know my boat super, super deeply. Because of what? Because it will bring me serenity. It will bring me confidence. I will feel okay if I know exactly how my boat is composed. If there is a problem and I can repair it, I will be able to deal with it. So before starting a trip, you really want to know your boat thoroughly. And for that, what I propose you is to map your mind. What you can do is mapping your mind, is mapping yourself. You can ask yourself, okay, who am I? Who am I in my strengths, but also in my weaknesses? You can ask yourself, what are the things that are important for me? And what are the things that actually I don't want them to be important for me? You can ask yourself, what brings me motivation? What things did I do in the last 3 months that I did super easily? What was the thing that I got energy for without even searching for it? And you can also ask yourself, since the last year, what are the things that you're keeping up? And why? Why are you keeping up on certain things? And then you will define what are your motivation and what are the conditions of your engagement. And then you can also ask yourself, okay, what are my weaknesses and what do they bring me? What are my strengths and how do they stop me? And what do I want to go away from? This is the most important thing. What do you want to go away from? This is one of the biggest definition for your own life. What don't you want to accept in your own life? And if you're right now accepting something that you don't want to accept in your own life, it means that you need to focus on it and give importance to that. So that's how you will learn how to know yourself. Now we have the point A. What do we want? We want the point B, of course. The point B is you will be only able to define the point B at one condition, is that you really know your point A. Because the point B is not who would I like to be? It's not the question. This is the wrong question. The good question is, what would it mean to be more myself? What would it mean to be closer to the things that are important for me? And at this moment, you will really define a destination. And defining a destination is really important because of what? Because actually your brain needs it. A brain that doesn't have any destination, each time that you don't know what to do when you come back home, what are you doing? Scrolling, eating shit, for sure. Because if your brain doesn't know where to go, it will just go for pleasure. And actually, Alfred Adler said it really well in this phrase. Happiness is not linked to pleasure. Happiness is to take a look at our behaviors and feeling that we are respecting our profound conviction. The happy man is the one that uses his time and energy towards important things. What that doesn't mean is that your direction needs to be important for you. And if you don't have any direction, you will be directly, magnetically attracted by pleasure. And pleasure won't bring you real happiness. Okay? And that's exactly the same if you just go for a trip and you don't know where to go. You will just be hanging around and not feeling real fulfilling things around that. While if you exactly know where you want to go, well, you can get lost because you will know how to go back on your route. You can even make any choices super easily because if I know that I go there, I don't have to ask myself at each corner if I need to go right or left. I will know exactly where to go. It will simplify all my choices. And also, if I literally know where to go and I need to go in this Greek island that I love, well, I will be super motivated and I will never stop until reaching it. So that's why we need a direction. And that's why also I would like a direction if I was going to a trip. To define a direction, you will do visualization. Careful. Visualization is a point that you want to reach. If you only have a visualization, what will happen is that you will always say, yeah, I will be happy when I will reach that. So a visualization, a vision is not a direction. The direction is the compass. So you won't do only one visualization, either two. You will do 3 visualizations. The first visualization will be your ideal visualization. How can I be happy in an ideal world? Well, pretty easy, no? But what would be my ideal visualization for my own life? Then you will ask yourself in the second visualization, how could I be happy in a world of crisis? In a world where all the societal pillars have fallen, money, social security, even security in the street. If everything falls, how could I be happy? How could I create a situation for myself where I would feel fully fulfilled? And then the last visualization, for this one it's a bit tricky. You will define what is the most important brick for yourself for happiness. So for some it will be family. For some it will be the couple. For some it will be more competency like empathy. My empathy is the most important thing for me to be happy. And then you will try to make a visualization where you quit this thing that is the most important and ask yourself, how could I be happy in a world without my family, in a world without any couple, or in a world without my own empathy? And then, after the 3 visualizations, you will have a common ground. And this common ground won't be detail-oriented, it will be principles. And those principles, well, actually, a principle, I can follow it every day. If one of the principles is to connect with people, well, I'm here connecting with you. If one of my principles is actually to make conferences and teach people, well, I'm here with you. I don't have to wait for a certain situation to actually live my direction. And that's how you will build a direction that will truly make sense for you. Okay, what will bring you a direction? A direction will first make you stop struggling with your energy. Because when you have a strong direction, you have enthusiasm, you have energy, and you can overcome any challenges. It will make you stop doubt or having FOMO that prevents you from making the most of what you already have. Because if you have a strong direction, you know that you're on the road. It's not about being jealous of the other. The other is on another road, but I have my own road. And it will make you stop feeling paralyzed and postponing more important decisions. Because when you have a direction, the choice disappears. Each time that you're doubting about something, you just can ask yourself, okay, does it make sense with my direction or not? And if it makes sense, let's go. If it doesn't make sense, well, then let's question it a bit more. You'll just be able to be disciplined, focused, and engaged towards long-term results. If you don't have a direction, you will want short-term results. If you have a direction, you will be able to go for long-term results, for delayed results, okay? So now we have a point A, we have a point B. We can go for your favorite part, which is, hopla, should not be here. Well, this is the full organization system. But first, we arrive to your favorite part, goal setting and strategizing. This is the favorite part of everybody. People are like, yeah, I'm feeling shit. Oh yeah, let's set new goals, let's set new action plans, let's set new habits. But then, of course, because they don't have the foundation, at the first storm, it falls. So now you will be able to actually make a plan that will make sense with yourself. And making a plan, I define it as choosing your tension. Because in the end, when you want to go somewhere, well, you need energy, and energy is tension. And if you want to go everywhere, well, you feel tension everywhere and you feel too tensed. So having a plan is actually dealing and choosing your tension. And that's exactly what Viktor Frankl says. Viktor Frankl says, humans don't need to live without tension. They need that to feel that this tension will make them accomplish something. Everybody feels tension between who they are and who they meant to become. That's really important. Everybody will feel tension between who they are and who they want to become. There is no life without tension. There is no improvement without tension. There is no movement without tension. So tension is natural. We should not run away from tension. And in the end, I don't know if your mother have a problem or your sister have a problem. You won't have any problem yourself to actually deal with this tension. You will be super motivated to deal with this tension. So it shows that the tension is not the problem. Is you being aligned with this tension or not? Do we agree on this one? Okay. So then we will be able to, once we have our point A, once we have our point B, is to make the drawing of our route, to plan everything. And planning is about anticipation. And the problem with you all, guys, is that usually when we anticipate the great things. I will go 3 times a week to the gym, and then I will meditate every day 10 minutes, and then I will read every night, and then I will do that and that and that and that and that. But we don't anticipate where we're gonna fuck up. Because that's the most important. If I'm planning a trip with my boat, I won't plan the moment where it will be great and easy. I will plan the moment when it will be hard and challenging. I will plan the moment when I will need more people in my boat to actually help me. I will plan the things that I want to anticipate, meaning the things that will be challenging. And that's exactly what we want to do. What we want to do is to evolve step by step from our point A. So, I'm giving you the full recipe. You will go from your long-term vision, and then you will traduce and divide this long-term vision into 3 fields: personal, social, and professional. You will traduce all of that to the 3 fields into a long-term goal. And then you will, from this long-term goal, you will set different goals at different scales. Meaning that I will go from 3 years goals to 1 year goal to 3 months goal. And each time that I get closer to me, I want to get more specific and more realistic. Meaning that my long-term goals, they can be idealistic and generalized, I don't care. But those 3 months goals needs to be super specific and realistic. And then after that, I will prioritize one goal because I want to choose one tension, because if I have too much tension, I will just feel tensed and won't be able to deal with any. And then I will construct a 12 weeks plan on this prior goal. The 2 other goals, I will traduce them into what I call a weekly frame. That's pretty simple, no? Okay, so that's the recipe to actually build your own organization system. Traducing your long-term vision into goals at different scales, and then taking one goal and saying that this is the priority. This priority, you traduce it in a 12-week plan, and the rest is just a frame for you to feel good, a frame for you to feel that you have a base and that you can construct with feeling stable. Thanks to that, you will stop feeling like you need to think every aspect of your life and run everywhere. That's so important. Because if you feel that you need to do something professionally and then you come back home and you're like, oh yeah, I didn't do sport, and then, oh yeah, I need to date someone. Yeah, of course, you will feel just rushed, and in the end you will just let go on some stuff because your brain will feel again overwhelmed. You will stop falling into your own perfectionism, procrastination, or imposter syndrome, because usually when you procrastinate or you're perfectionist, just because you don't know the importance of the next step. If the next step is super exciting and as important as the step that you are in, no worries, you will go through. And you will stop setting the same goal multiple times without being able to achieve it. You will be able to prioritize and knowing when to rest and when to push. You will be able to recognize the alignment between your goals and your long-term visions, because actually your goals will be babies of your long-term vision. And you will have an externalized, and this is the most important, an externalized and organization brain that you will be able to use without thinking about it. You will take out this organization system out of your brain, and you will stop it from taking all your mental space. It would be beautiful if it was working like that, no? But it's never working like that. It's never working as planned. And that's why a plan without a system is just a work of art. This is really important. And that's true for everything, for your company, for your couple, for yourself, for your organization system. A plan, a strategy without a system to follow it is just a work of art. Simple. Adam Grant, which is the only alive person that I presented to you today, but he's alive, said this: idealizing and creating a plan is always enjoyable if you know what you're talking about. The true skill lies in being able to apply it by sticking to your plan while adapting to avoid conflict with reality. Okay, I'm going to traduce that. I heard so many people telling me, oh, Luca, I'm so good at idealizing and creating ideas, but I'm not really good at applying them. No joke. Everybody loves that. If you're talking about your expertise, of course you will love idealizing. Of course you will love creating. And the true skill, the true master, is the one that actually is able to apply that, but not only to apply the plan, but to adapt it along the way to be able to make it not in conflict with reality. If a plan is just a failure, it's because there is too much conflict between the plan and the reality. There is too much unalignment. But if you can adapt the plan each time, there will be no failure, never. And that's what we want. Because when we sail, of course there will be different winds. Of course there will be places that, yeah, you want to stay a bit more because you met nice people. And of course sometimes you will take lots of, you will be super late because you will have to repair a part of your boat. This is normal to adapt a plan. Guys, you are alive. Your environment is alive. So if your plan is just fixed, it won't stick. Your plan needs to be alive. Your plan needs to be adaptive, and your plan needs to go with you. And for that, you just need the most simple thing ever. The most simple thing ever, but nobody does it, is your weekly reset. A weekly reset, what is it? Is half an hour at the end of the week to be able to look at your week and ask yourself, okay, did I do the things that actually make me feel happy? And then asking yourself, okay, did I stick to my 12 weeks plan? Yes or no? There is no problem with the no. Sometimes, again, your boat will have to be repaired and you will have to stop along the way. So that's okay if no. But then you can adapt. And then after asking yourself, okay, did I check on the things that make me feel good? Did I check on the things that I wanted to construct? You can ask yourself, okay, how did I feel and why? And after all of that, you can just adapt your next week. Do I need to adapt my weekly frame? Do I need to adapt my plan because my plan has been changed by some issues on the reality? You need to just have this weekly reset, have this appointment with yourself, 30 minutes to adapt your plan, adapt your strategy. And then you're done. All the emotions that you had during the week are processed. All the important information that you had to deal with are processed. All your things are in your calendar. You don't need to think about it. You time block everything, and that's done. You have your full organization system. And thanks to that, you will stop setting goals and then feeling that your environment prevents you from reaching them. The thing that I hate in my clients, and they understand it really, really quickly, because I call that active procrastination. Active procrastination, what is it? Is, oh, I want so much to do sport, but my work is preventing me to do that. Man, if it's really your priority, you just do it first thing in the morning. Your work is not preventing you to reach your goal. Your environment is never preventing you to reach your goal. It's just that you don't adapt your environment or you don't adapt your plan to your own environment. But what is sure is that you want to develop a strong resilience, a resilience of process, meaning that you want to adapt your process always to never have to fail. Then you will stop accumulating tasks and emotions to the point that you feel just that you're always adapting to the urgent. And you will stop lying to yourself. So many people lie to themselves. Why? Because they never organize themselves. So they organize themselves once a year. So this time needs to be fucking great. It's the only time that they will watch at themselves. So they want to tell themselves that they're beautiful. Of course, that's super normal. But if you do that every week, well, that's okay to tell yourself that you fucked up. That's okay to tell yourself that you had a bad week, because the next week you will maybe tell yourself that you had a great week. So doing that repeatedly and more frequently will actually help you to stop lying to yourself and to be super sincere with yourself, because you will quit value to this thing. Okay. What I really want you is to wake up every morning, and especially every Monday, every start of the week, with a clear mind of what do you need to do, and don't have to strategize and to make your prefrontal cortex work again, and then not being able to achieve the things. If everything, all of that is already set up, it's simple. You have way more space. You have way more space and you can be creative. And you can tell yourself, okay, he's bullshitting me with this schematical, like it's not possible. But look, all of that, we've been putting it in time block in our week. So we don't need to think about it anymore. It's already time blocked. All those long-term questions that we had, why did we deal with that? Because we know our direction. So we took a real decision. And this decision won't change right now because we will go on the same direction. So you will quit so many long-term questions by just knowing where you're going. You will quit conflict and comparison because, why? If I think that I have the most beautiful bike ever, if I really love my bike, I know it perfectly. Even if someone passes with a beautiful bike, I won't be jealous. I won't be comparing myself. I will be happy for him, but I will still be super happy with my bike. And it will be the same with your own personality. If you know yourself super well and you like yourself, well, you won't have any problem of comparison anymore because you will be happy for other people to have all those qualities, but you will know your own qualities and you will be happy with them. And you will be able to feel sufficient and again, deal with a lot of questions of instability that come from not nurturing those things in your life. Okay, how do you feel? There was a lot of information. Okay, we'll be able to talk, but first I want to conclude with, first, what should you remind yourself? Of course, you won't be able to remind yourself everything I said. I know it, okay? But there are those 4 points that I really want you to keep in mind. The first thing is that if you're feeling overwhelmed, unable to handle everything on your own and without methods, no worries, you are human in our modern society. Super normal, okay? Second thing is that the relationship that you have with yourself, your self-talk, is actually important. And all the people are like, in French I would say, ça va, like, it's no big deal. It is. It is, because if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, you won't want to commit. You won't want to show up for yourself. So take care of how you talk to yourself. It changes everything. I won't explain even the third point. How do you want to win in a game that you don't even know the rules? Of course I will beat you. I know the rules. And if you're building something before digging foundations, it will fall at the first storm. So in all the organization system, I know that the juicy part was the big schematical thing with the long-term vision, the long-term goals and goals and goals and then action plan. Yeah, but this is so much detail, sorry. I know so many good organization systems. Well, mine is better, but at least the one that we have and that nobody does, and I'm really amazed by the thing that nobody does it, is that we think about who we are and where we want to go before to set any goals. If you're setting goals without knowing who you are, without knowing what is your function, before knowing what makes you emotional, before knowing what is important for you, what will motivate you, what will make you persevere, well, I'm pretty sure that this organization system will fall. So really, please, focus on those two parts. I know it takes time. What I wanted to communicate, because there were some hidden messages that I want to make really clear, is that it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's the fault of society. It's the fault of our time. And we don't want to go back to 200 years ago to have less responsibilities. We love our time. But it's your responsibility to act on the things that you don't want for yourself. I won't do that for you guys. And it's in your hand. It's not in the hand of your partner. It's not in the hand of your family. It's not in the hand of anything else than yourself. You need to deal with the things that you don't want anymore with your life. Another thing is that books and information alone won't help you. You need methods. You need to apply. You need to make the first step. And that's the fourth point, that you don't have a problem. You just need to apply the right method. It can be so easy to tell yourself, I cannot go forward because those trauma are so heavy, you know, I can't, like, it's just such a burden. And for some people it is. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. But for 90% of the people that I met, those trauma are not such a burden and they can just carry it. They can deal with it. What they need is to understand how to move forward. And when you understand how to move forward, you'll see that, of course, a trauma or a burden are something that will maybe make you lose a bit of time. But in the end, what you really need is a method to go on. And my favorite phrase, I'm giving it to you, is take some time to save time. Take some time to stop wasting time. This is literally the whole philosophy behind my organization system. Taking 1 hour, well, let's say 3 hours each quarter to reorganize all the quarter, and then 30 minutes a week. So yes, you lose sometimes. Oh yeah, but I would like to play. Yeah, I understand. You won't take pleasure during this time. But in the end, it will avoid you to waste so much time. Do you feel that you've learned useful content for your personal organization? Yes? Nice. Okay. Now, would you be interested in applying it into your own life? Yes. Well, because I know that the first step is always the hardest. So I crafted with my partner a full test to make the calculation of your fulfillment rate, to make an evaluation of each part of your life, and to then trigger the main competencies that you need to focus on to be able to make a leverage in your life. And all of that in less than 10 minutes. Usually that's a test that I'm using with my clients to understand where they're at, okay, at the beginning of a program. Of course, I need that to make them understand if they lose confidence, if they miss something. And I use it again after a program to see the evolution. Okay, where they're at after a program. But for you, and because Mark is really good at asking for things and making things happen, for you, I will give you access to this test for free, for Karisma and for all the people that are here. Not only you will have the test for free, but if you do it between today and tomorrow, you will receive a full personalized booklet with all my analysis of your situation and how you can improve, okay? So you just need to scan the QR code, do the test that will take you more or less 10 minutes, okay? It's 10 minutes that you really need to focus on, of course. It's 10 minutes for yourself, it's 10 minutes in silence, it's 10 minutes out of any distraction, but it's 10 minutes, and then I will send you my full analysis of your situation and what you should prioritize, okay? Just to tell you this thing is that it's been, for me, 5 years that I'm working on that. It's been 5 years that I'm working only on one subject, how to make human feel great, how to make human construct things which are really solid while having a super strong base to be stable. And since then, we've been working with more than 400 entrepreneurs and young executives in France. And this year, well, I did exactly the same model that I've been presenting you in December. And I've been telling myself, okay, I want now to be in Barcelona. I want to be in presential. I want to be with you guys. I want to feel you. I want you to feel me. I want to be able to answer your question. I want to be able to just be with you. And guess what? In January, the first 8 entrepreneurs I've been paying the ticket to actually master the time and the energy, to go from rush to leverage in their professional life, to go from procrastination to balance in their personal life. And those people that are the first promotion and the mastermind, I'm searching for more people. I'm searching for the pioneers that will apply our method here in Barcelona, that will make our method not only in France, but also in Spain. And what do our client get? Well, simple. The full organization strategy, of course, a personalized tracking system that takes less than 30 minutes a week, but also an accountability partner, which is a real coach that will call you every week to actually check if you did your things or not. The detailed protocol to apply the methods again each quarter, and access also to our premium community and partners, which is sports sessions, which is personalized meditation coach, or quarter session review of your goals and to set everything. Of course, this is for people that really want to engage themselves, and I will select those people. And for the people that just want the first step, this QR code still works, it's still free, and it's fully, without any engagement, you will be able to access to our test. I want you guys to let you with this phrase that for me is the summarize of the whole talk and the whole hour of talk that I've been giving. It's said by Aditi Nerurkar. Aditi Nerurkar is a professor and doctor in Harvard, specialized in stress resilience. And this woman, this big woman, said, giving the ocean of stimuli in which humans are constantly immersed, it has never been more important for anyone seeking a fulfilling life to learn how to manage their mind and process their emotion. Guys, if there is one thing that I want you to go out with, whereas it's my method or another one, but please find a method, find a system that works for you. If not, you will just feel victim of your own life, while actually, if you know yourself and you know your brain, you will never have any more problem. I gave you everything, and now it's your time to take action. And as we say in French, merci beaucoup, and I can answer all the questions.